All right, what's going on, everybody? How are you tonight? I have a very special guest, Amy Russo, coming on shortly. Amy is the owner of Toast. She has 3 locations in Montclair, Red Bank, and Asbury Park. And she is the organizer of Flag Red Bank, or the person that has got that started. I'm going to add you onto the stream here, Amy. Hey!
Hello. I did not get dressed up for this.
That's all right. You're not looking at what I'm wearing below the waist here, but I have sweats on. I do have pants.
Okay, perfect.
How is everything going?
Oh, well, my standard answer is good. Same as everybody else, as I say.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I'm better off than most is what I keep saying.
Well, kudos to you because, you have always been a force to be reckoned with. And you're always someone that, even in the best of times is looking to give back to the community and push the envelope and do things. So I was not surprised to see you step up and do something, even when you're trying to figure things out with your own business. So walk us through Flag a little bit, because they're doing this in other cities and towns as well. So, and Flag stands for Frontline I gotta get this right. Frontline Appreciation Group, right?
Correct.
I always want to say it's like Frontline something else. I don't know.
Yeah. So Frontline Appreciation Group, well, because I keep saying first responders. I don't know why that's the first thing that comes to my mind as well. So Frontline Appreciation Group was started in North Jersey. I was aware of it strictly because of the restaurants, and I was being asked to cook for them in my Montclair location. So there were all different locations. They're unbelievable. I mean, they started very quickly, just around the second or third week of March when the whole crisis started. And their initial objective was to really save restaurants. Because they saw the major impact that it was having on local restaurants. It was basically a complete and very abrupt shutdown.
Yeah.
And so they thought, what a better way than to utilize all the local restaurants and then feed the front lines who were really getting, hammered by this. It's been very, very well received throughout. I want to say they're in over 30 states now.
Oh, wow.
And they vary in size. Like our Red Bank one is a little bit smaller, and I'll get to that because we're almost out of money. But, there's some obviously chapters that started in Jersey City and places like that grew a lot bigger. So the only reason that I knew about them was because I was cooking for them in my other location. And then there were initiatives going on in Asbury Park, like Asbury Park Dinner Table and things like that. Not quite flag groups, but some other initiatives. And I was looking for something in Red Bank and I didn't see it. And I thought we need to do something for all the small restaurants and local businesses that are, the bakeries and everybody else. And so I just started it because honestly, there wasn't one.
Yeah.
And in the very beginning, I think there was a little bit of confusion. It looked like it was more of like a me initiative with Toast. That wasn't it at all. We wound up using, today we hit like 15 restaurants that we used. My initial objective was to raise $15,000, which would be about 2,500 meals. We're at about $9,400, and the well is very close to dry. So I'm hoping we can get another push because this crisis isn't over. And if we can get another week or two out of it, that would be amazing. But we've done about 1,800 meals, and with that $9,400 that we've taken in. And like I said,
that's incredible, Amy. Like I said, I'm not surprised to see that you look around saying who's gonna pick the football up, and, seeing that nobody is, and just go, I guess I run the ball here. So you contacted Flag, or are they?
Oh, yeah. So that was the fun part because I reached out to the woman who started it. This woman Liz, and I just texted her, on a Facebook messaged her, and I said, how do you get involved? Or really, I was actually kind of hoping that she would say, "Oh, text so and so. They have it all going already."
Right.
And I said, "So how do I get involved?" She said, "Start one."
Right.
So I started.
Okay, here we go. I think it's a really cool partnership because, like you said, the initial response was to help save the restaurants who obviously were hit with something. And I know that your margins are always really thin in the restaurant industry anyway. So to look at a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road and, look at how are we going to survive this? And, a lot of you have really large staffs as well that support the entire community. So I think it is a really big need. And then to see that, so the partnership works in that people are donating, and then that is going to feed the frontline workers that are working in the ER or, the ICU.
We were initially hitting ICU and ER departments because they were the ones seeing the most COVID cases.
Right.
But then, of course, EMTs and even Department of Public Works, like they're still out there and they're still doing their jobs and they have to be there. They're essential. So we mostly fed into Riverview. We did some Monmouth Medical as well. And then we tried to hit up the police department and the administration at the borough of Red Bank. And, anywhere that we really saw a need, we've been to assisted living facilities and, because everybody's kind of flooding the hospitals and that's great. But there are some forgotten departments, so to speak.
Sure. So how do you guys prioritize, which day as your funds to fund this are running dry?
Well, I have to say we were doing pretty good with, budgeting. And so also the way that it works is we allocate between like $4 and $5 for a breakfast meal per restaurant, give back kind of a thing, the stipend, and between $6 and $8 for dinner. So it actually really does make a difference. I mean, there were some days that it doubled my sales, or it doubled. I was talking to George today, and he's done a bunch of deliveries through Greek Eats, and he said there were days that really, he's like, because I was getting a little bummed out that the well is getting dry.
Yeah.
And he said, Aim, you did the best you could. There were days it doubled his sales, which is huge when you're going through this. And it's starting to pick up a little bit now for these restaurants, right. Because the weather is breaking. The golf courses reopening was a big deal. The parks reopening was a big deal. I feel like we're, I hope we're in the home stretch. I feel like we're on the turn, but then at the same time, I just don't know because there's really no plan on it.
No, and I actually read everything that you share online, and you share.
I've been pretty vocal.
No, you have been. You're always an advocate, and you're always a few steps ahead, and making sure that are people really dissecting this and looking at the issues here. And you shared piece outlining the different phases, and that May 15th, I guess we're supposed to move into phase 2 of this, or is that phase 1?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I found it funny when they put the plan out, but then, and there's obviously everybody kind of freaked out yesterday with the new 30-day extension. Sure. But it really, I did too initially when I heard 30 days, when I just read the headline. And then when you read into it a little bit more, you go, okay, hold on a second. That doesn't mean that more things aren't going to be opening. So, I'm always a big advocate of, you have to read the article. You can't, this is people over politics, over parties and all that. I think we're going to be, I hope we get more news on the 15th, but I'm not. I keep hearing Monday's going to be a big day for a lot of things.
Okay. Well, that's, hopefully that's positive news for everybody. I know Mother's Day is obviously coming up. That's usually a big day for.
It is. For a lot of restaurants, it's the biggest day.
Yeah. Well, are you guys doing any specials or anything?
We are. We're doing a family breakfast special. It serves 3 to 4 people, depending on how hungry you all are. And if you have small kids or if you have teenage boys, you might want to get something more. And it's frittata, pancakes, fruit, bacon, sausage. It's kind of everything that mom needs. And a full menu. Because I think for us, what we normally do on Mother's Day is really just, we're pretty normal. We do brunch 7 days a week. So I shouldn't say we're pretty normal. We're spectacular, but we're keeping it normal.
So you're doing online orders?
We are. So we do, we that's one of the things we had to put together very quickly because we normally didn't do that. We didn't normally do deliveries. So we put together an online ordering platform, and you can also get the special that we're doing for Mother's Day online as well. And if you just go to toastcitydiner.com, you can click whatever location you'd like to order from, and it's all on there.
Perfect. And we'll share the links below, or make sure you share the links below on Facebook. And, as far as flag goes, how can we continue to keep the program running? Is the best thing to do to donate? What can restaurants do if they're not involved already to sign up and join the cause as well?
Well, right now, I mean, we are like the well is dry. So anybody getting more orders from it, it would be, really on their dime. And that's not what this was about.
Right.
This is so that, in the beginning, all of the restaurants that I was involved with, anybody that I knew, we were all donating food, but it was on our backs. And that was kind of, not the point to this whole thing.
No,
So right now, if you go to GoFundMe and you look up Flag Red Bank, any flag, if it's near and dear to your heart, donate to any flag. If you could donate to Flag of Red Bank, that would be amazing, because then we can keep going with some things. As far as the restaurants that want to get involved, just reach out to me. DM me, Facebook message me, any way that you want to send smoke signals. I'm okay with all of it. And then I'm really hoping that we, maybe like an angel donation comes in and we can get another $5,000 in there, reach our goal, and then give back to more restaurants.
Well, you guys are so close to the goal. I know that, 15K is the goal. You're at 9400. So let's try to push this over the edge. I do have the link scrolling below us. It's a very long name in there.
I know.
You just
when you create these things on the fly, I just wanted it done.
Yeah.
I wanted the GoFundMe, I wanted the Facebook page, I wanted everything just finished, because then I had to get back to running my restaurants.
Well, that's the other thing. I know you juggle, being a mom and probably having to, juggle the girls and everything, and your 3 locations. And then on top of it, you're dealing with this and the craziness that this entails. So number one, I want to applaud you, Amy. I want to thank you for taking the time out tonight to speak to us for a few minutes. And we're going to do our part to help push this out there for you and try to get you that last little bit. And I personally am looking forward to you guys opening up sometime soon. So that I'm always.
I hope so.
And, I love to sit in there in the mornings. And
I'm pushing for outdoor dining at the very least at this point.
I know. Well, hopefully, we're all praying, and I think in the next couple of weeks, like you said, we'll start to get some good news. And we can turn this thing around. So thank you again for coming on.
I really appreciate it.
Hopefully talk to you in person very soon.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.